Good morning. Good morning. So we're on to our second part to Mary's journey this morning. Our first part, Mary is told by the angels that she's going to have a child. And she comes to a place of peace and acceptance. She's trying to figure out what she's going to do, though. We all know the anxiety that comes with the trials of life. And when we begin to accept them, we come to that place of peace. We're on to our second. Mary, knowing that she's going to have to face mom and dad and the rest of the family and the community, hears that Elizabeth, her aunt, is pregnant. Now the miracle portion of this is Elizabeth wasn't supposed to be able to have children. She was past childbearing age, and suddenly she's pregnant as well. And Mary hurries off to see her. Now, why would she take off? Why run to Elizabeth? Well, my guess is this. If I had someplace to go other than mom and dad if I were in trouble, where am I going? Who here has that relative that just understands them? Right? That person that you were close to, the person you could tell everything to, that wasn't mom and dad. No, not that mom and dad were bad, but you need that confidant. That person you're close to that isn't responsible for making sure you turn into a good human being. But watch what happens when Mary enters the house. For all of you mothers, you know what it's like to suddenly have that baby move. When Mary walks in, she greets Elizabeth, and the baby leaps in her womb. Now, as a guy, I can't tell you what that feels like, but I gotta imagine it's pretty amazing. She suddenly knows something. But Elizabeth does something even more important. She looks at Mary and says, "Why am I so favored that the mother of my Savior would come to me?" And Elizabeth and Mary finds just the faintest flicker of hope. She's already been told this is the Son of God. But now it's somebody else affirming that. It's somebody else telling her. And more importantly, it's a human somebody else. Right? How many people here know the good news of the gospel, that Jesus Christ came to save our souls? How many here like to hear that every once in a while from the pastor? Why should it matter that I say anything? I'm just a human. God gave it to us in the form of Jesus and a Holy Spirit. But we like to hear that hope come from somewhere else. We need to hear that affirmation from someone else. We're on our journey. We can light a flicker of hope for other people by looking at them with eyes that are different and by speaking with a voice that's different. How many teenage girls do I have in the room? 1, 2, 3. I'm going to guess that mom and dad tell you you're pretty all the time. Right? No? Okay, I was going to say, I can't imagine your mom doesn't tell you you're pretty. I'm going to guess, though, that if that cute guy in the class walks up and tells you you're pretty, it's going to be more than it does coming from mom and dad. Now, you can shake your head, no, I know that. I was your age once. To have that affirmed by somebody else helps. What happens most often, though, for you girls? Well, get that figure right? Got to have that girlish figure just right, and your teeth have to be just perfect, Well, your nose has to be centered on your face. You can't have one ear bigger than the other. You can't have a real shape, God forbid. And you have to be perfect and do everything the way everybody else wants you to do. That's what the world tells us, right? How many people here were the awkward teen? Right? The one that just didn't fit in? The one whose father looked at you and said, $100 pair of jeans, are you out of your mind? The Dickies do just fine. To hear from somebody else that you're okay is important. More importantly, think about what would happen if we looked at those that the world looks down on, and we saw them as Christ sees them, as worthwhile. More than that, as treasure. And then affirm that in this season. We're all about helping them out, right? Everybody here, I know if I looked at you today and said I had a family that was in need, people would make sure that we had everything we needed and then some to help them. I can guarantee that. I've seen it happen time and time again. And that's affirming in some respects. But imagine what it feels like to hear from somebody that looks like they've got it all together. And you walk up and say, pretty good. I realize you're wearing that shirt. You're still pretty good. How affirming it is. Here as a child that is told you're never going to amount to anything, that they have work. Or to somebody whose life has been one bad choice after another and is really trying to change their life. But we all know about that person that hears, it's nice to have you around. Or the ones we avoid because we just don't know what to say. You ever had that situation happen? You don't even know what to say because you've heard they've gotten bad news. Or you know they're hurting, but you don't have the right words to make it okay. So you just don't say anything. Sometimes just, I really like that sweater. That looks good on you. Boy, it's just great to have you here today. We should get together and have coffee and then actually follow through. That's the important part. We should get together and have coffee someday, maybe, kind of, almost. Well, maybe not. That's not helpful. But to affirm somebody. How many in here have heard the phrase, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me? How many people here know that that's the greatest lie that was ever told? It's those scars we can't see that break hearts. And we have the opportunity to light a candle of hope. It just has to be a small flicker to change a life. I've said it 1,000 times before. I'll say it another 1,000. God didn't ask you to move the mountain. He just wants you to grab the pebble you've got and to move it forward. In this season of giving, the greatest gift you can give is love. To light that little flame of hope that allows somebody else to see themselves the way God sees them. Not the way the world sees them, but the way God sees them. We all fall on God's forgiveness, on God's grace and God's mercy. That's what we're preparing for. This child is coming into the world in order to redeem us. Not them, but us. All of us. Them and those sitting here. Jesus didn't come into the world and go, not with that on. But instead said, come. Sit down and look at the stories that you hear of Jesus and who he forgives. The Samaritan woman at the well, the adulterous woman, the lepers, the blind, the lame, the demoniac. He didn't walk up and go, well, you're in good health. Bless you. But instead walked up to those who were in need of that flicker of hope. And then hope that all those people that were following him actually saw it and followed suit. No smiles? Yeah, we're asking you to do that, folks. Smile. God gave you a job. Isn't that awesome? God cared enough to give you something to do this week. She's looking at me like I need another thing to do. God gave us the opportunity to change lives. That's all Jesus was doing, was changing lives. And it doesn't take some miraculous, magical power, but it takes allowing God to work in and through you to bring hope to somebody else. It also takes one other thing. Everybody here has a mirror in their house, right? Are they magic mirrors? Most of them are funhouse mirrors. Did you know that? You look at them and all the wrinkles become caverns, right? And you see every gray hair. And on top of it, you know every scar and everything that's wrong about you. It's also a two-way mirror. And God looks through it and goes, wow, look at that. I created that. Do you see how amazing that is? How many here have seen 3-year-olds color pictures? That's a dragon, Daddy. Uh-huh. And proud as all get out. Can you imagine how proud God is of what he's created in you? Anybody here still work? Your joints are still moving? You walked in this morning? You put your feet on the floor? You're smiling now? You know you're loved? Amazing, right? Anybody here have a flicker of hope? Something that's going to give them something to live for tomorrow? Maybe you're in need of that. Look around you. Look at all these people that don't have it together. You laughed. Why? Whoever's got it all together, raise your hand. Look at all these people that don't have it together. And they find a flicker of hope every day. Something happens that changes their world and lets them go on one more day. And God says, go out. Be my hands, my feet, my voice. Be my love, my hope and my peace to the world. As we celebrate and prepare, remember it's a journey. Mary has found some peace. She's come to some understanding that she can't do anything about it, so she might as well roll with it. And now there's a little bit of hope as she listens to Elizabeth and hears, you are the chosen one of God. God has given you a gift. God loved you enough to make you the vessel of hope for the rest of the world. Guess what, folks? It's Advent. You're all pregnant. Why are you laughing? It's true. That Holy Spirit is with you. That Holy Spirit is alive and growing in you so that Christ may be born to the world. For some of you, that's kind of scary. Some of you may be really, really excited. Most of the guys are looking at me like I'm completely crazy. But it's true. On Christmas morning, Christ is born again in each of our lives. That we could bring this peace, this hope, this joy, and this love to the world. It's a journey. All the ladies here remember the journey of being pregnant, right? Now, I don't know how many of you had morning sickness the entire first trimester, but it wasn't all that much fun. And yet, I bet you were excited about that little one to get here. And then when you get to the point Mary's about to get to, where she's 9 months, you're really excited for it just to get out into the world. Who here is ready for Christmas to be over? I don't want to rush it. But at the same point, I'm excited. Something's changing. And I get to be a part of it. Because God has chosen each of us to be those vessels. To be that flicker of hope. Kids know how to do it. Don't they? I bet you get up every morning and just grumpy as all get out, aren't you? You gotta get up. Or do you have that smile you've got right now? No? No? You give mom a hug and kiss before you go to school? How do you love her? I bet that makes her day. I bet it wouldn't be the same if you didn't get it back. It gives you a little bit of hope, doesn't it? We have that opportunity, folks, to change a day. One day, one person, one moment. To light just a little piece of hope in another person's world. And if we do that one thing for one other person, we slowly change how things are going to go for the world around us. That's how Christianity started, right? First there's Jesus, then there's those 12 fools that follow. They can never get it right. And they go out and they talk to a whole bunch of other people until we get to today, where anybody here been to Israel? No? And yet you know the story? Wow. Anybody here ever shake hands with Christ? No? And yet you believe the story? Anybody here ever been so down that they just needed to hear that hope? And they found it in a group of strangers. Because although I know who Liz is, I don't live at Liz's house. Liz may not be the same person she is at church. In fact, I've been out and about, folks. Every once in a while, I'm the guy standing behind you in line at Walmart when you're telling that joke that you wouldn't tell Pastor. Or I get to see somebody do something completely amazing that you would have never expected. Be that flicker of hope for somebody this season. If you're in need of hope, I got good news for you. God chose you. God chose to create you, to place you here, amongst this group of people who are in need of hope, and who would bend over backwards just to see you. As we continue our journey and we look to love, may the peace that you started to find turn into a little bit of a fire from the flame that's been lit today, until it's roaring and warm as we continue our journey this week. May you be blessed with all you need this week, so that as we continue, we shine a beacon of light